What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. So, I want to talk about the phenomenon that is Palworld. Pokemon with guns. I mean, Sony wishes they had a game. I mean, anybody would wish they had a game like this. You know, Microsoft included. Although Microsoft is reaping some of the benefits because this game is not on PlayStation. It's an exclusive, if you will, console anyway. And why do you say that? Is it really an exclusive? I mean, I've seen posts that say, oh, there's no plan for a PlayStation 5 version and all that stuff. I don't know, whatever that is, but the fact is that it is in early access. And PlayStation doesn't allow early access games for the players. Now that's a giant L. That's a detriment to the PlayStation gamer. They got no games anyway to play. And this comes out, it totally destroys The Last of Us remake. I think they came out on the same day. And I'm like, this thing has sold over 6 million units in like 4 days. It's destroying. They have second highest concurrent players on Steam, I think, of all time. I don't know what they like. I think they just beat Counter-Strike 2 or something crazy. And I'm like, and they still got to do patches, and they got to, like I said, early access, and it's just destroying everything. And so I'm like, okay. And I've heard that, half of the people are on Steam, PC, half of the people are on Game Pass or Xbox. And I'm like, that's all right. That sounds fair, right? And remember, this is on Game Pass. I'm playing it through Game Pass, and it still sold over 6 million units in 4 days. And so this, again, destroys the narrative that the ponies and the Dr. Unicorns say. Oh, Game Pass is gonna hurt the sales. Microsoft keeps proving all of their narratives wrong, time and time again. They got nothing, so when they think they have a little bit of something, they make it sound so big and ominous and, doom and gloom, but it's like, y'all are foolish. What are you doing? I have played about 2 seconds of it. I booted it up. I was in the character creator for way too long, as I always am. And I started walking around. I think I threw a bench down, and that was it. I was like, you know what? I need to do this another day when I have time to do this. You know what I'm saying? To set up my spot and all that stuff. Go catch some. The cool thing about Palworld, from what I understand, because like I said, I only played not a lot of time of it, is that you can either kill the pals, if you will, or you can capture your pals and fight with them, or you can capture them and bring them back to your base and assign them jobs. And certain pals have certain benefits to whether, I don't know what the actual benefits are, because like I said, I didn't get to it. Also, when you kill them, you get resources from them. So it's like, this is on another level. This isn't just like Pokemon and you're fighting, No, you gotta build your base. You gotta do resource gathering, and then you can set up a whole kind of system with your pals, making weapons, doing all kind of stuff. I saw the weapon line. They were just sitting there all cute, and you see the machine guns flying. I was like, wait, what? And then you see all the different, rocket launchers on different pals. And I'm like, man, this is a little bit ridiculous. But okay, let's go. The thing is, I've never been into Pokemon, right? So I think what's happening is a lot of people are hungry for a good Pokemon game, because I believe the last Pokemon game that I heard, I forgot what it was, but they said that it wasn't, it didn't run good. It was a bad game. Technically, it was a bad game. I guess gameplay is kind of all the same or whatever, or it wasn't bad. The gameplay wasn't bad. The game performance was bad. That's how I understood it. And so I'm like, okay, the Pokemon company has been on top, unopposed, for too long. And now Palworld just came through in one foul swoop and smacked them. And now the Pokemon company got to put in work. If they want to capture what Palworld has captured, they got to put in work. Now, some people are saying, oh, Palworld copied the Pokemon. They're going to get sued by Nintendo. And then I saw this before they said that, but it seems that Nintendo kind of copied, was it Dragon Quest? They showed the side by side. I was like, yeah, that Pokemon stuff is real close to Dragon Quest. I think it was Dragon Quest. So I was like, they have no case, because if they try to do that, then they're just going to cite this. And it's like, what happened here? Did somebody get sued? No? Okay, well, what are you doing? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Also, Pokemons don't have guns. I don't know. It's just it's not serendipity, but it's kind of like karma for Nintendo. Well, for Pokemon in more so than anything else. And also for PlayStation, who has been trying to make a game like this, has been failing miserably for years at making a game like this. And PAL, they came through. I forgot what they're called, something Circus or so. I don't know. I forget what the company's called, but who makes the game, the studio. But yeah, it seems like open world Pokemon with guns, survival, build stuff. Seems like the right move. They took all the stuff that were from all the games that people love, and they smashed it all into one game, and they say, here you go. And people are like, thank you, let's go. And I mean, there's no signs of it slowing down, not yet. I mean, they literally just have to keep updating the game and making sure it's working optimally, and, you know, giving it performance boosts and all that stuff. They got a super mega hit on their hands. It's not even out yet. It's still in early access. Man. And, I mean, like I said before, Xbox console exclusive. I mean, it's like they didn't even try. They were like, yeah, we could do some early access. We could do that. They're like, all right, cool. We'll put it on Xbox. Sony? It's like, no, we don't do that. Okay. But I mean, my confusion is that I guess the developer said that there's no PlayStation 5 version planned. And I mean, does that mean that Microsoft struck a exclusivity deal for that? I mean, they have the money to do it. I believe that the budget for Palworld was $7 million. I saw it on Twitter or something. Just glancing through Twitter, I think that's what I saw, the number. $7 million roundabouts. And well, what did they compare it to? I think Last of Us or Spider-Man or whatever. Any of the Sony games, which are multiple $100 million. And they've already probably made their money back. And it's just, this is how you do it. You have to make a game that people want to play. The problem with Sony is that they're making games, these prestige Oscar-bait games, right? Award-bait games. But the subject matter isn't something that people want to... You see a game, you're like, yo, I want to play that. You saw The Last of Us 2, you're like, oh, that seems brutal and sad and dreary. Who wants to play that? The majority of people don't want to play that. The majority of people use video games as an escape from the horrors of their life. Whether it's really, really, real horrors or just everyday, I hate my job horrors. Regardless, you want to play something colorful, happy, blah, blah, blah. Now, I'll give it to you. There are certain people who like the darkness, who like the evils. And that's fine. But I would say that there are more people trying to be happy than be miserable, than dwell in the darkness. You know what I'm saying? So, how do you think Nintendo is so successful? They make colorful, happy games. When's the last Nintendo game that was dark and dreary? They don't do that. That's why there are 120 something million Switches out there, because all them happy games, people are like, yo, I need some happy game. Let's go. Boop, 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 boop. People want happy stuff. That's why there are a lot of Disney fans and Disney World, Disneyland, and also Disney movie fans, because animated for the most part, because people want to escape to happiness. I mean, a lot of that is nostalgia as well, but, you know, I'm just saying, you're like, yo, you want to do something happy? Let's go to Disneyland. Let's go to Disney World. I'm in Florida. Go to Disney World. Or let's go to Islands of Adventure. Let's go to Harry Potter Land, you know? You don't say, oh, let me go to the graveyard and walk around. No, that's a bad example. But you know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, in the pursuit of happiness, rainbows usually dwell there, you know. But, you know, it's just kind of a testament to the audience of video gamers. I was reading a thing on Twitter once again saying that, you know, it was just kind of a talking point, but this person was saying that most gamers are over 35 years old. I am, obviously. But it was like, yeah, because, you know, I'm part of the first generation of gamers, you know. I wasn't born before video games existed, but I was born during the first generation of games. You know, Atari 2600, ColecoVision, and television. Never had it on television, but my cousin had a ColecoVision, and I had an Atari 2600. And then, you know, and then from there you can go through the lineage. I'm not gonna go through it right now, but tangent. Shout out to Jay. You know who you is. I hooked him up with an Xbox. I had an extra OG Xbox laying around. We were discussing. He was like, "Yo, man, I remember my first console was the Xbox, and I got all these games, but we had to sell the Xbox." And so I forgot what exactly the story was, but he was like, "Yeah, man." And I was like, "Oh, yo, I got an extra one," and it's true because I have my original Xbox, which I'm never giving up, even though the DVD drawer on it is broken. It doesn't work. Like I think the button's just broken. But anyway. And then I bought a modded OG Xbox from a thrift store, and I opened it. While opening it up, it has an 8 gig drive, hard drive in it. I was like, oh, all right, that's cool. And then it has a whole bunch of games on it. And I was like, oh, and you can load games into the memory and stuff. I was like, this is pretty dope. And I could probably load. Well, I was gonna say if I wanted to, I could put a bigger hard drive on there and probably load all my games onto there, and just have. Actually, I think I might do that. Anyway. And so I had extra, and I'm like, yo, I mean, why do I need 3 OG Xboxes for, right? Because the reason why I had 3 is because, like I said, I bought one, I got one from a thrift shop, the modded one. It was hard modded, by the way. And my friend gave me his. He was like, here, we have no need for it, blah, blah, blah. I was like, thank you. So it was cool. And so I gave them that one because I couldn't find mine. I think I had the original Xbox box that it came in. I think I put mine back in the box because I'm not displaying them at the moment. Anyway, sorry, tangent over. I mean, the whole point of saying that is that I donated my Xbox to a needy home. I took a picture of it. I put it on Twitter too, and it was good to give, I guess. Whatever. Anyway. Palworld, I might dive into it. I might actually chip away at it every night, a little bit here and there. I can't be like David Jaffe. David Jaffe is a maniac. He loves this game. I think he gave it an 8.5 out of 10 for now, and he's been playing a lot of it. And he's like, oh yeah, I played over 20 something hours. I think he said that in the past 2 days or something. Or I was like, he's a crazy man. That might not be entirely accurate, but he has played more than I have, and he loves it more than I do, technically, because he's played more. But you know, even like David Jaffe is I like him, even though he's a former Sony employee. He's more real than a lot of these talking heads like Reforged Gamer and J-Dub and all these other guys. Although for the most part, J-Dub is mainly trolling, so you know, I get the shtick, so it's all good. But like Reforged is, I mean, he's playing to his audience, but anyway, David Jaffe, he's harsh at times, but a lot of the times he's right. You know, a lot of the times he's dead on when it comes to like certain things. Even like, you know, when that dude tried to call in and downplay Starfield, and he psyched him out and gave him a line that wasn't true, and he said, oh, okay, you haven't played the game, basically. He's like, no, I did play the game. I was like, oh, you dummy. He's a big dummy. And so that's why I appreciate people like David Jaffe. Now, going into the comments of last video, everybody was saying Digital Foundry are ponies and all that stuff, or they're anti-Xbox and stuff. And you guys may be right, but above all else, they always use the data that they kind of get, the data that they compile with their testing method, with their methodologies. And so that's where I look at them, and they may lean towards the popular brand, or they may lean against Xbox for some reasons, but it usually doesn't sway their opinion of the facts, and that's, you know, the data that they receive. So, you know, at times, I mean, like listening to them talk about Indiana Jones was refreshing, because they were talking about the game. They weren't talking about, oh, it's only on Xbox, oh, it's an exclusive. They don't care about that. They were talking about the game. They were talking about the presentation. They were talking about certain things like was it not ray I don't think there was any ray tracing in Indiana Jones. I think they were talking about the screen space reflections or something like that. No, that was Avowed. My bad. I'm conflating. But anyway, they were very impressed and very hyped, and it mainly has to do with the franchise and Machine Games and how they're presenting the game. And, you know, they're older well, you know, Richard's older, and I would say John's middle age, maybe 40. And I don't know how old Alex is, so, but whatever. But seeing them and hearing them talk about Indiana Jones in the way that they did made me realize that, you know, if you're a fan of something, you can't hide it behind the console wars. You can try, or you could fake the funk and pretend, but, you know, look at games played. Like, oh, you played 600 hours of Starfield, but you hate it, right? Yeah, sure. No, you don't hate it. You love it. You just don't want to admit that you hate it, because you probably have a fan base of ponies and you don't want to lose viewers and subs, which is fine. But whatever. I don't use that type of currency. I just, you know, do what I feel, basically, and play what I feel, play what I want. Yeah, that's why I don't review games. I reviewed one game in the past. It was a written review, and I did not like the process. Although I did some writing, some medium form writing, day before yesterday or something like that, and I can write, but I'd rather do music. I mean, I can write, obviously, because I write songs, but yeah. So I mean, maybe I'll dive into some writing stuff, but I'm not too keen on it. You know, it's more about, you know, doing these videos for you guys. And remember, I haven't forgotten about the music. And like I just said, music. Getting to a point where I can get back to music full schedule of making music, like every day, pretty much. So that's the plan, short-term plan, so I can pump out these tracks. And like I said, my word is my bond. I will not disappoint you guys. Another tangent on the game. Our game is called Grashers, by the way. It's on Steam. It's not out yet, though. So I think there's a demo on Steam. Grashers, Grashers. And it's a roguelite, colorful. It has a little floating AI thingy thing. It's called Hados or Hados. I don't think we even nailed down an exact pronunciation of it. It's an acronym. And I actually don't remember what the acronym was for that. Wow. That's why I'm the music guy, because I don't remember all the fine details of stories and such. But yeah, as far as that game, it's cool, and all of the feedback from the music side, at least, has been pretty positive. So I mean, that's really the thing. Like, it's not about like, oh, stroking my ego or anything like that. It's just about, I'm making art and I want people to enjoy it, and that's it, you know. And if people like it, I'm like, cool, I did my job, good. how many tracks are there already? There's got to be at least probably close to 30 tracks right now, but I'm definitely going to probably double that. By the time the game comes out, I'm definitely going to have double that many tracks. I'm working on some lyric tracks for the bosses, which take a little bit more time because I have to write and stuff. So let me actually, in the comments below, let me know if you guys like boss themes that have lyrics in them during the boss battle. That's what I've been doing. Let me know if you guys like that versus just like a really cool boss thing. My idea was that I would do that with the lyrics and then just do kind of an instrumental version or maybe maybe we can have a choice if you want the lyrics or not want the, I mean, I don't know. But also the lyrics kind of go down, they're captioned on the bottom of the boss fight, so you can actually read the lyrics too, but you're gonna be busy fighting the boss. So if you're reading the lyrics and winning, then you're super good. I don't know. You have 29 eyes, you can see every part of the screen. But yeah, you know, being part of a team and making a game like that, it's like, I understand why people do it, because, you know, and this goes back to I don't know if it was last video or the video before where I was talking about the joy of devs. And I understand it. I mean, there's rough patches, there are bad patches, ups and downs, and any endeavor, of course. But when the core team is tight and we're on the same page and we have the same passion, then there usually isn't any problem. I mean, certain people might have a problem with, oh man, I'm not getting paid enough this and I think I'm worth more. I'm like, look, it's not, for me, it's not really about that. It's not, I can do many things in this life to make money, but I can't do things that I want to do for the most part to make money. I mean, it is more difficult to do that. There's a way to do it, of course, but sometimes when you, like when I was early in the music game, I took jobs that were just horrible. I took this one job from this one guy, and this was before COVID, so I would go to the person's actual house, and he wanted me to recreate a number of songs for karaoke. Say, oh, can you take this? This was before the technology existed. Can you take these vocals out of here and just have the music? And I'm like, I mean, not really. I could try to EQ it out, but that's not the same. I mean, I could redo it, but that's, yeah, that takes a long, I've done that a couple of times where I take a song, a popular song, and I'd remake it. And it takes a long time, but it's a good thing that it does train your ear so you can hear the individual parts and kind of just dissect it and, you know, put it all together later. So that's a good practice. If you guys are aspiring producers or whatever, listen to songs and kind of listen to each part within the piece, the song itself, and see and hear the rhythms and see and hear the chord changes and all that stuff. It takes time to train your ear to be able to kind of hone in on the different frequencies. But I would say that anyone with moderate musical skills can do it. It's just a matter of you have to do it a lot. Anyway, that was a super tangent. Sorry. Let me know also if you guys want me to talk about other things than video games. Obviously, I mean, I will talk about music maybe if you want. You know, I can talk about some MCs and stuff. Some new stuff, not even MCs, but for instance, there's this artist. She's been around, I don't know how long they've been around. It's called Black Odyssey. I found him on, I think I found him on Spotify or on YouTube, I can't remember. But it's like soul, hip hop, like neo soul, hip hop, and it's a band. It's not just one dude. And it sounds really cool. I'm like, oh, okay. And he's got a high falsetto voice for the most part, and that's how he sings. And it's kind of like smooth, soulful, gangstery. It's very interesting, and I like it. And you know, I could sit down and kind of dissect a couple of his songs, but you know, I don't know if you guys want to hear that type of stuff, or maybe I'll do. I mean, I can do more videos, obviously. So, you know, just let me know in the comments below. Also, I know I asked you guys about whether or not you want to talk about movies or TV shows, because I'm watching, finally getting around to watching The Expanse. Also, The Boys, never got to watch that. Watching that now too. Reacher, I'm on season 2 of that. That's pretty good. So there's a lot of stuff, that we can talk about and discuss, but, I know video games is the main thing. So I'm gonna always talk about that. Let's not get it twisted. I'm never gonna be like, and I'm never gonna jump ship. I'm never gonna flip flop. Never going to go to the blue side, because we bleed green. Sorry, I'm not part of that crew. But I know some of you guys, which I appreciate, are like, yo, you should be on WBG. And I'm like, that would be cool. I don't quite have the setup yet. That's why I'm in, the car. I could set it up. How could I set it up? I mean, I can set it up. I have the stuff to do it, but I have to do a lot of other stuff. So once I start doing videos out of my studio, then I will, I'll reach out to them maybe and see if they, I don't think they need me. They already have 4 people. They got Dirt, Sean, R&B, and I guess Black Viking was on last time. He's the new, not the new kid on the block, but he's the new person on everywhere. And he's funny on Twitter too. But anyway, sorry for the tangents, but I appreciate y'all hanging out. Y'all like and subscribe. Yeah, hit me up in a comment about all those things I did discuss. Video games, movies, music. Even art, like comic art and stuff, because I was a comic artist way back. And I can still draw. I just don't draw enough, and I think I want to get back to that as well. I actually bought a tablet. I was like, because my old tablet was trash and it was really small, so I bought another tablet. I was like, maybe I'll get back into that, But let me know. And also, if you guys want to see a really cool artist, he does stylized art. His name is Sam Does Art on YouTube. Sam Does Art. He's really good. He's is he Korean? I think he's China. I think he's from China. He doesn't have an accent, obviously, but I think he was born in China, but he grew up, in the States, whatever. I think. Anyway, another tangent before I just learned that Jim Lee is Korean. Yes, I did. Not like Lee, yes, that's a Korean name. Duh. But I didn't know. And I just learned because I saw a thing on YouTube, obviously, where he was talking about like how he grew up and how he like became an artist and how he got ran over by a truck when he was a kid. And I'm like, what? Yeah, huh? Jim Lee? Well, I'm glad the truck didn't squash you totally and that you came to draw some of my favorite books. I have the X-Men. I bought all the issues of X-Men that he did, you could line them up and have the whole big thing. I was like, yo, Jim Lee is crazy. I bought so many. That was the greatest and the worst time in Marvel comics, because that was the downfall when they started doing all these crazy covers and stuff, because Jim Lee was the hotness. And I bought into it. I bought all that stuff. It's not worth anything. Well, I'm sure they're worth a little bit, but I bought them because I wanted the art and I wanted kind of collecting all of those. But anyway, I'm sorry, super tangents. But once again, I appreciate y'all. Hey. Coughing, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Just wait.